More ato aha Ctv Ghana's #1 TV station eso ene benada jumbo edi ene foadio no wa fimpinu ene eduono miensa ya emo emre aso se ensamo a etwegu my Ghana modio semufo ato no bo aso no se kroje ne ejebre na fei sima eduasa ya edi enimi ya de eso wo se ewia prem so bre kase wo Ctv so ene nsama ya jebre ya de ebe som wo no yenhwe etifi asem no ebi Ghana mapena na adodongo kufuado aka sansamwa ode eto Ghana adehye nyina animo sese ye be yese ye de ho ekwa kwoto fori edine so dia ebeni ewemo yepa.
As we've learned over the past decades, relying on foreign capital is both risky and costly. It has resulted in huge financial leakages through the high costs of default-driven borrowing rates and interest payments, and undermine the growth of our financial institutions.
Fufro emoya ene yensa na hene ede aseda ede ma eye Afia Bank no se omo etimi ekukru sika se omo ede boa ebibre mu man no.
Additionally, in the landmark transaction of 2 billion financing in 2021 with the support of African business people like Strive Masewiwa, Afia Bank guaranteed the procurement of 400 million doses of Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccines that provided access to 30% of Africa's population and some Caribbean countries.
Mononso eyadia president edema Afia Bank inso akasa wei eya desredia ode ema ebibremu mine nyina se enei omutimi ebue sika krabia bi ede sika beye se $5 million ede tumo afibie mu a ebeboa ebibremu mine nso.
The roadmap remained a map and gathered dust. But thanks to the vision of African leaders who founded Afia Bank 30 years ago, one by one they are being delivered within the framework of Team Africa.
Ebusia weka ensem ahodro bi ho ena ene ewie yatena se ede esum wo se ewia prem to kase ewo Ctv Ghana's #1 TV station ebusia mo so formedi ede abena ewusi wa etwe ehusima ye bansam no ye de emu enchemu ebeso. Ebusia mu akwaba embra ende prem so bre kase so ye free kase no ase na ye de ama Ghana mapena na adodonko kufuado akasa na wei eye kokobo a ode eto ebibremu man empenifo anasa kendifo nyina anim se endei se ye yadwen se ye de ho ekwa koto fori edine eso a eyade abedi enwemo ye pa se the economy no esifa ekono.
Again, I dare say the ravages of COVID-19, which has brought us together in the face of rising vaccine nationalism, made us discover how important Afia Bank was to us as a continent and as a people with the same and common history. The continued growth of Afia Bank and development of Africa, again I should say of African countries around the world, have become so intertwined that the question is no longer what we should have done in the face of these major causes if Afia Bank had not been there. Instead, the key question for us gathering in Accra today is what should we be doing for Afia Bank to enable it to serve us even better and to help us navigate the challenges associated with the stiffness of the colonial development model of resource and extraction, globalization, and heightening geopolitical risks, which are likely to persist in the medium and long term. And here, I'd like to wear my hat of champion of the African Union financial institutions. But before I share my reflections on perspectives on the way forward in that capacity, I'd like to make one general assessment. In the past, we have created highly promising financial institutions just to abandon them before they could even stand on their own, let alone grow into global financial institutions. The reality is that unless we have strong financial institutions, we are not going to develop. As we have learned over the past decades, relying on foreign capital is both risky and costly. It has resulted in huge financial leakages through the high costs of default-driven borrowing rates and interest payments, and undermined the growth of our financial institutions, domestic resource mobilization, and private sector development through cost of funds. The ownership of our financial institutions should be strengthened over time to enhance continuously their development and relevance. Two interventions are important to strengthen the development impact and financial wherewithal of our development financial institutions. They are capital and effective coordination with the African Union. Regarding the first sector of intervention, capital, I want to reiterate that despite consistent efforts made by many African governments, including during extremely difficult macroeconomic and global operating environments, our development finance institutions remain highly undercapitalized.
Everything yet to Afia Brempomaa Hinneh so na yede ama yet one some na so dia na yensa na hene reckon ofori ata ede asada na ema eye Afrexim Bank no we sanse nei omo ekukru sika $7 billion and omo ede eboa ebibre mu man so the economy no esifa ekọ so de beye omo so betimi ejina omo nan so.
We in Ghana consider it an honor and a privilege to host this milestone event to celebrate and reflect on 30 years of remarkable progress by our Afrexim Bank. In the Bible, 30 typically symbolizes the age when those chosen by God to do uncommon things manifest their destiny. Jesus started his ministry at 30, David became king at 30, John the Baptist came out of the wilderness at the same age, and Joseph was also 30 when he became second in command to Pharaoh in Egypt. So clearly, we are in great company. And I'm confident that in the days ahead, we will channel our collective energies to manifest our bank's purpose and mandate, the vision of building a prosperity for all Africans. I can say without fear of contradiction that no cause of our time is greater than the cause of expanding the frontiers of social mobility and economic freedom for our people. I'd like to use this opportunity to congratulate our indefatigable President and Chairman, Professor Benedict Orama, for his commitment to developing our continent throughout a very difficult period in global history. Under his leadership, Afrexim Bank disbursed over $7 billion to assist African economies in addressing the health and economic impacts of the pandemic. Additionally, in the landmark transaction of $2 billion financing deal in 2021 with the support of African business people like Strive Masewiwa, Afrexim Bank guaranteed the procurement of 400 million doses of Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccines that provided access to 30% of Africa's population and some Caribbean countries. Our aspirations must be to build on a deeper sense of shared responsibility and ensure institutions are supported enough to crowd in trillions of dollars worth of financing into Africa. Indeed, with a mandate that combines social, economic, financial, and environmental goals under the guidance of Professor Orama, we can contribute an incredible amount of work toward our collective goal of achieving a prosperous Africa within the next 30 years of the bank's existence. In 1961, Korea's GDP was $82 per capita, and 60 years later, 2022, it was 33,400. We have 30 years to eclipse this achievement for our 1.3 billion people.
Ebisia egusua ejina eye Afreximbank ho ensa somyene bromo eyisikasa $7 billion no ede ama ebibremu ensa de be economy ne betimi akone ni meho ena mo ede adesrede eto ebibremu man kenifo anasempenifo nyina enim president ya oda Afreximbank no ano Professor Benedict Orama ena ojiro mu nyina anemu a ode sansem nyina ede tu dwa se ebibremu man nyina ekomadwene ede abomu abontuma ba ko na mwetimi ebiska krabe bia afebie mu no mode $5 billion ebetumu a ebebo mu pa titirumpo ne pempenso ya na edu a economy no enshada enkoye.
The history of our Afreximbank is a clear proof that we can only develop in the direction we choose by having well-resourced and professionally run institutions that we own and control. Dr. Babakar Ndeye said this as a hypothesis in 1993. Today, I present Afreximbank as a proof of that hypothesis. 60 years ago, in May 1963, at the foundation meeting of the Organization of African Unity, the predecessor of today's African Union, 32 spirited leaders of the new Africa were determined to once and for all put an end to the ills of colonialism and forge ahead to create a continent that was bold and self-reliant. At that meeting, they laid out the blueprint for Africa's socio-economic transformation. If you go to the records, you will see what they set out for themselves. And I will list their priorities. They wanted to establish a free trade area among the various African countries. They wanted to establish what they called at that time a Pan-African Payments and Clearing Union. They resolved to establish a common external tariff to protect the emergent industries and set up a raw material price stabilization fund. They also wanted to develop trade among African countries by the organization and participation in African trade fairs and exhibitions, and by granting transport and transit facilities. And finally, they wanted to progressively free national currencies from all non-technical external attachments and the establishment of a Pan-African monetary zone. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for 60 years, this well-articulated roadmap remained a map and gathered dust. But thanks to the vision of African leaders who founded Afreximbank 30 years ago, one by one, they are being delivered within the framework of Team Africa, comprising the African Union and its agencies, the FCFTA Secretariat, and the Afreximbank as the underpinning banker. So today, the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System is up and running, which will save the continent $5 billion in intra-African transfer charges. It will also expedite and enable payments for intra-African trade in African currencies. It is now possible for a Gambian to buy Nigerian urea fertilizers using Gambian dalasi to purchase naira. For a young Ghanaian to pay for holidays in Seychelles using Ghanaian cedi.
Ebusia yentoa ewia prem to bekase ne so na yemfa emmawe de ni echemo ewo ensem foforo emo na lady member edema convention people's party ye twenty se CPP wo afempinu ne eduonu no emu abato aga na fokoto ge no na oye aspirant edema amanyoko no Dr. Divine Ayuvo ensamwa ode atidwa enesende Ghana satibe ye wo mu ye nei woto bibia ento wo ko wenima enko no man se de ayedin a amanfo yi ekasa Nina ejina ye oman anase amambubone a ekoso ewo oman no emu ode atudwa sesende Ghana betimi fi sampotwe ne mu a ewo se Ghana fo se omadwene na omoto apa no edema CPP amanyoko no mu besesa enema mu
wo abra openi okasa ena ode eto twese uhwe oman Ghana nei ohawa oman ekomuno eho ebehia se oman no esan esesomo sano se de beya meyokofo mom ababa ebiabako ebedi oman hwamo no twese CPP amanyoko no kwane amanyoko a ebetimi ebeyi Ghana efri ahochoyi emu sei ena ohwe ne semu efaye.
CPP was formed on June 12, 1949. So June 12th, this week is our anniversary week. And we came out to celebrate and to let Ghana know that CPP is not dead, CPP is not dormant, CPP is relevant, CPP is the only party with the moral compass to rescue Ghana from the degradation that we are going through. We are suffering. The average Ghanaian laborer makes 300 Ghana cedis. Kenke is now 5 cedis. Fish is 5 cedis. He can only eat 1 meal a day, not having a place to sleep or clothes to wear. Just think of it. That's suffering. Prices are going up, incomes are reducing, and it's a difficult situation. Somebody needs to rescue Ghana. Ghana is dying. Our river bodies are dying. Our forests are dying. Galamsey is destroying. We know, but the people to stop it from going on are not able to.
Oreye eno sande to dress eyade a wafimfinu ni eduonu enaya bato odi Ghana fo enimu no kwamia so no eyade a esine nusu so besan eginade ama CPP amanyoko no se de beye nei empotwa Ghana abakoto no betime yoman no efiri.
The country needs help. We are losing on every front. We are. There is no future for Ghana if you are not careful. Unless I become president, then things will change. Because I know how to tackle the problem. Look at the oil industry. 2007, we found it. It was celebrated. His Excellency Atta Mills said we're going to make $2 billion a year and Ghana will be free. No, it didn't happen. August 10th, 2016, at midnight, a vote was taken. That vote is called Act 919. That vote passed into law gives Ghana 18% of the oil revenue. We could have used the petroleum sharing agreement, PSA, that would have given us 44 to 85% of the revenue. Why would we choose the less?
Ebisa yentoa ewia prem to bekase no so na yemfa emma na sade be na asomdwe betimi edimu ye pa wo my Ghana mo enam so ema stakeholders no ankasa afa de ato mo ho so se omo e de entwetwe ebekọ e de ama imbebu no dodo ye omo e wo my Ghana mo sade be ndey asomdwe ebetimi edi o my Ghana emu akotene.
Nesenti ana UN Security Council at the landmark resolution ebaya weno ekasa edefa asumje bambo ene emebuno ehu na enemo en watch se emaso se yedi emebuno eka kwanya yebefa so ama asumje ene bambo etintim ewo woman bia emu enunti na watching ewiege ena International Youth Network for United Nations Security Council edi jumedie ehhehye so a wadi abasobodie ekoma mpenifobia woboa amasa eniswade hunu weino ewie peyo enu baako enkane aspiring candidate na ojina eriama NPP Hobson adoye
your friend on number and politics until your friend on number. So because of the peace and conflict that's and no ever conflict about for now peace in no editing we are self 1990 and the side that Ediama na yedi se never catch Ghana nanti and we are self 1990 say ya kono dio yes yedi na yedi say basa ebia esi wo menwa ayana no anedo aye the youth of the country we share bia basa yesi na pala kete if more less than 10 years yedi to assurance we and the FSA you be put the model na pala bia bi se asubie ya aye basa ya be ya by next year for the government group no aye intensive campaign concerning violence. The group has a political violence. No, they are going to na to against so no are going to power. We are to Sanya money na say come as a man.
Abasobodia etosumienu no ekoma Ghana board chairman awono eneda International Youth Network for United Nations Security Council resolution ano Ora Eric Nate Yeboa.
It's a great honor to be appointed as the board chair Ghana of this noble organization. As I keep saying all the time, there is a job to be done and not a position to be occupied. We give thanks to our predecessors. They did good job and we are continuing. We are not going to be the first and we will not be the last. But what we promise you is we are going to leave the mark. My former commander Agodeka keeps saying, if you can't maintain the standard, don't reduce the standard. To my colleagues, we are going to work hard. It's service to humanity. A well-trained youth can be a better leader. So from now onwards, in the future, should we have any bad leader, I think we fail in our duties. We've got a good job that we do today, we will yield a very good results tomorrow.
Nekwakramo and Her Excellency Lillian Sally Adowono a Global President awoda International Youth Network for United Nations Security Council resolution ano de ensem etudwa se wamu awabo wabasu nina wonhwe se obeye wafemudie e de aboa ama asumdwe atena wo meimu.
Yetwa kase no so na ye ni atremo ewo ensem foforo emo wonsem foforo mu ye ni atremo ewo infifini mantemu ne kra ne din e de senya breku e na ye ni atremo ewo wutu senya district na mebu no wo hobo efu ye pa mo de ye kire e na ahyehye so ne nyina ne se omo atremo so hempo wo ho no kyesensase a ebebo mempu to timi abakrom ho no ensase na no hene no etonton ne nsa hunti omo eyo ye kire de etia no se ne menim ya no eno matena konja entu na deso
Oyachwe ya disho yomo ewo senya breku edi ashisha sontitru ene asafu company groups ene peni ya na oda omwano eye subi bonzi isubua akwa ena shweso ye kendi ne oda asafu company groups no ano ono eno juno munyina anemua onese dwofo etwetwe nkomode tu twese nei omo ehwese ne menim ya no ohene eye nenyi ampabo kweku esiwi otoso ensia empinifo ntu na deso esanse ombokra ma empuntu emba ekrumho esamodo tu dwanu
what? Winners Chapel has come to cut a sword to establish an ultramodern university here. And it has been using some kind of cajoling tactics to frustrate them. Now he has taken them to court. And he has placed an injunction on the project, which goes to show that he doesn't want the project to come to fruition. Because anybody who someone is bringing a development and you decide to impede the person or become an obstacle to the person, is simply put, you don't want a development to come to the community. And you cannot sit back aloof to watch him do that to us. Because he's only one individual, and we cannot sit, all of us here, and the whole people who live there, we cannot sit aloof to watch him do that to us. So, because of his anti-development attitude, and then again, his cheats, self-centeredness, and proud that he has assumed we don't want to have anything to do with it.
Ogasabiye and a chief priest, Emma Aye Asafu Groups, a Yokwesi Kotoka, or no so audition we etudre.
Omano, you're a papadi, and I don't know why I know what you're made about to walk. And this is a wound to me, ya, Marcel. So, wound to me, ya, Marcel. No way. I just want to be young, grow at what's on. As I so what I remember with Puma. I remember Puma, so why I just want to be on my aim. Drama is a good idea. Could I have a my and just a one with there. It's something in our account. Above in account. She said, what would you tell me there? This is a also put your money there. Oman said, wait, one more.
Krakra ena addition mo ewon kronko ye bemben eye senya brikon so je kra omre ye centre ne samola de twetwe komode semwe etudwe
kasa na yetin tibia na mo na mo do asafu me wen ya bi se oman waya asafu wa chem se obetuma wo bi to obetuma ya obi aso na mbom otuma ya asafu de waya asafu because asafu wa ka je egwa oja bro na ka je wo yan kwase fa na cheze wa yan kwase funtina asam na da court no asafuma yekoyi ni ede bai se yan kwase fa nje ko ya asam no asafuma ya asam no ye ni bia ka bi
Yetwa eye kase ne so na yede amount yede ni etwemo ewo epoyema ntemu ekra ne din ede sankobinasi ya no ewo Tiwa East municipality ewo poyema ntemu ne ho na ohempon ya owo eye sankobinasi ede atudwese nei chese bosha hodo a amanyofo abehso mo wo krom ho no eyade ankenten mase mo emaso a nanso nyade mo hu mputudwuma bia ewo krom ho no nti ohen nankasa ede ato ne ho so behwe se de beye mputudwuma no bi betimi abasankobinase afei so se oyasa ne ma ne de nyade be makwan ma afempinu ne de nan abato ediga na fo no campaign de ebi ebekoso ewo krom ho
Wa abra ohini ya owo sankobinase eye osaberma atanya benayo toso mienu ojina simpie so ya okasa no de tu pese chese uba sankobinase krumho ankasa ayade a oha bebre na no mo efemu omakwan ho nsensem asko adan ya mofranye bintini mu na afi so dia ekeka ho ma chese embo makro no entimi nkonenim sei ana ochwe ne nsem ne mo efai
faswa adiba ukrobia wonede Rubia on the Bebre Zuya Galamsi and good is Yura and I was ordinary nice. Now, afraid Nahim, a sap of him phoning no Cassatre. I was signing one. The woman free said, Ocassatre, and yes, on Cassat or Cassatre, but sometimes it was ordinary. But was some day, so what him make sure, said, Bia, when no one will be a man's once as 7 day. Sa problem mo want me answer go ba bidu me ahemfo ni bienu nyina na wo se munya punishment because ye we chire no wo se ye kan bom ye nyina ye ba na ye wura so etimi ni mutimi yedu because da bia watimi wa kamera de emfa hwema adi we na ya de bia me expect bi free some bash anya mo amumu a sebe anga me sade we hu bida
Woni kasa yemu eno san edeto ahemfu ni bi omo ba dwumedie no ase ena afi so adehyo mo krom ho ene senei omo ehwese menum ya no pontu dwume biara safata se ekro no saka no obehwe na de na ho ndi betimi bia na waye di aboa ekro no osaberma asanya manamienu asan fasa konya iso ede de srede eto aban no saban no emeyo mo emwaye
is as some problem na di asay ni mamma is yehwedi was ye nyina waye wo hwede yidi obi abo asa na nyeri you were also on an disaster. Didn't talk about me, I see we see a higher media, we see a higher media anyway. I'm going to go back here, back of that. What I say? Some is having poor coming young grass, second one. I'm going to show a Savama. Maybe I'm here, a monohima. It's a baby, a grandmother, why you start. Meaning is a magazine said that. Baby, I have two sons, young mining women, you will put in the status. I am not buying you, in our home. I'm on my baby, as I can now. It is a hope of my vine, I'm on my head, then I will. That's a to me all. What I say? It's a man super brain, no, I'm very much. Meaning, the answer is someday. Because I may call baby, Ubia, Kubia, or Pine, fast one, assassin, Marshall.
Okasabe ye en addition bi omo so e wo sanko bi na se e che bra omo NCT hwehwe nkobode semwe etutwa
aha na me ko stu tama me ko stu na ha ni na se ya na na tie je sraban ni se o meboa ye roshin no eda yanto wo no e ma esi ko dan na ayati ti dan on se e papa dan ha ni na ebu na wo no we se na ye jinana na adi so e se obeye enso emwa no eni je sraban se omla na o meboa ye kakra na na fa bi ato no so a wo ye di ti aban no so meboa ha ni na wo so obefa obeto wo we ni na manesi because amanfo e ko toilet eni na wo school dan ni je pesanta otusi na ko de doors atotroto anu
area busia for we so na ye gina na ensem ahodoa ene ewe ye je brother sum wo se ewia Brempomaa Kasiebo e wo CTV Ghana's #1 TV station no ye de nyina esi ede amau ewe imidi ede abena ewusiwa soda enkomo a mo hwe ye e wo afiefie mo so mo hwe wo Facebook ene TikTok ye sinyankopon enhiramo koso na mo ne CTV entina abena ewusiwa menemo edinka